It's pumpkin season. Across America, people enjoy their pumpkins in lots of ways. You may be enjoying a pumpkin spice latte or locally brewed pumpkin ale right now. And if you haven't had your first bite of pumpkin pie this season, well, it's only a matter of time. Now, if you don't care for pumpkins, there's still a great way to embrace the season. How's that? How about jettisoning a pumpkin across a field using a catapult or dropping it from 4 stories to a smashing demise? If that sounds good to you, well, then you're a fan of the fall tradition known as the Pumpkin Chunkin. Pumpkin Chunkin is the sport of launching pumpkins using machines like catapults and slingshots. Or if you don't have one of those handy, how about throwing them out of a fire truck bucket? Here in Cranford, New Jersey, we've been chunking pumpkins for over 20 years, thanks to the combined efforts of the Cranford Fire and Police Departments, Dryer Farms, and the Cranford Jaycees. 20 years ago, Jaycees Brian Jenkins and Robert Schott founded the Pumpkin Chunkin and combined it with the standing traditions, including the Halloween parade and costume content, forming a beloved Cranford tradition. Brian Jenkins passed away after a valiant fight against leukemia in August of 2009, and the event was named in his honor. Robert continues to support the event through the business he co-founded with Brian, Wow Windows. The Cranford Jaycees are proud to continue the tradition that Brian started 20 years ago, and excited to bring the action to you virtually with the 20th annual Brian Jenkins Memorial Pumpkin Chunkin.
All right, thanks so much, Bob. Josh Bornstein and Eric Rubinson from the Jaycees here with our competitors, Eric, and we've got a pretty cool bunch here. You want to bring out our first contestant and check them out?
Sure. So we've got our standard issue pumpkin here. We've got a nice selection. Thanks again to Dryer Farms for providing the pumpkins and the gourds this year. Our standard pumpkins are a nice little way to warm the truck up. These should hit the ground, give us a good 5 to 10 foot splatter range if we get a good one here.
This one gets points for tradition. You know, this is like what I think of, like when I think of the pumpkin that's right outside my doorstep. So we'll see how that one goes down. What else we got?
Let me take a little bit of an excursion from tradition. I've got a couple of these gooseneck looking gourds here. Now these are kind of fun because when they hit the ground, they kind of make a big slam, but they're kind of fun to clean up because they don't go too far, but they do make a good sound when they hit the ground.
Wow, and it's got a little bit of like a boomerang sort of shape to it, so there may be a little action spiraling coming down. Looks like the mayor might have been hungry earlier. All right, what else do we got?
Exactly right. So we've got this looking one here. This is a fun one. I can't wait to see what happens with this guy. Looks a little bit like a goose that's been sleeping. I don't know if you've seen that. There you go. So we're going to see what that does when it hits the ground, but that should be an interesting splat.
Yeah, this kind of also like reminds me of like a snake or a cobra kind of coming out of a basket. We could get some double action here, like an initial splat on the big one and then the little guy. So this one will be cool. There's also a nice handle for when they drop it. I like that.
That's correct. Now, for the big show, over in the back, I'm not going to take a chance at my back here and lifting these up, but we've got 2 really nice sized pumpkins. You can't see over on the right, but the squirrels and the deer have been really getting to these 2 guys here. On the right, we're a little bit hollowed out. When that hits the ground, we're probably looking at a good trajectory of pumpkin flesh going in every direction. Over on the left side, I've seen things happen one way or another. We might get just a splatter. We might just hit the ground and thud. But all I know is that's definitely going to be the biggest, the loudest, and the last.
So what I hear you saying, Eric, is that if you live in the vicinity of Orange Avenue, the pool, or the bike path, be aware that this splatter may be coming within your radius at this point.
I recommend standing out on your porch with a cup of coffee because you might get a free pumpkin latte.
All right. We're excited to see what happens here. Thank you to Eric. We're going to send it back to Bob. Thanks, everybody.
All right. It looks like the Pumpkin Chunkin is about to begin. I guess we're going to go with small pumpkins first. Maybe test the ground. Here we go. The smallest pumpkin in the bucket. Oh, not bad. Yeah, they want to go higher. I don't blame them. I think that's well calculated by the fire department. You got to get maximum altitude for what's to come. Well, they're going way up now. They're 62 feet in the air? How do we know it's 62 feet? Got it. Looks like we're going up to 70 feet then, because they're going higher. Oh, smaller. Ah, see, that worked. I think that was a good tactical move. That was a much better splat once they went higher. This one is going to be destroyed. Oh, yeah, that's what we're talking about. That gourd's got no chance. Smash. They're going to get bigger and better. Again, this is the appetizer. This is the shrimp cocktail. The main course is coming. This seems like a fun job. I would have to think this is probably the apex of someone's Cranford Fire Department career, right? Like saving babies from a building, whatever. But if you get to be the guy that tosses the gourds from 80 feet in the air at Halloween, this has got to be the best thing you could be hired to do. 91 feet and higher. They're getting bigger. Oh, yeah. Getting bigger. Ah, that was a good one. How many pumpkins do they have up there? Before they get to the big stuff? That gourd got maximum altitude. Boom! Nice. That is about 100 feet of pumpkin smush. Coming straight down at you. Oh, that's the biggest one yet. Yeah, here we go. Now we've gotten to the main event. Benny, this is it. Get ready. Whoa! Oh! I think some shrapnel got all the way to the children. This one, yeah, I don't even know how they're going to get this one over the railing. This is the granddaddy of all the pumpkins for this year. Here we go. Get ready. Yes, here we go. Cheer! Cheer! Here we go. Oh, get out of the way! Oh! There we go. That was worth the wait. COVID can't stop us from this Cranford tradition. All right, guys, so take me through your emotions when you're up there in that bucket and this Cranford tradition is happening.
Well, first I got to say we were testing the weight limit up there. It's 1,000 pounds, so got a couple big guys up there.
Yeah.
A lot of pumpkins, those as well. So we were testing the limit just under the line. It's pretty wild, pretty high up there. Some great views of town.
Yep.
First and foremost, but watching those poor pumpkins and gourds get thrown off to their demise was rather pleasant, actually.
Yeah, it was a pretty good feeling.
Yeah.
Look, I'm sure, you save a baby from a burning building, or you make sure that you save somebody's business from burning down. Okay. Whatever. I would think this has to be the pinnacle of being a Cranford fireman, right?
Yeah,
of being
in
part of the department. This has to be the pinnacle of your career.
It was a great feeling, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That was the greatest feeling ever.
Well, these guys are great. It was great that they graciously let me go up and join them today on the ladder. Appreciate everything you guys do for the town, and Ray's 2 years on the fire department. He's been a great addition. A lot of fun up there. We can hear the sounds. I'd love to know. Looking forward to the video and hearing what it sounds like
but
on the bottom.
In all seriousness, when you work through what you all have been working through, police, firemen, dealing with coronavirus in our town, what does it mean to try and keep a tradition like this alive so we can all have a little bit of a sense of normalcy where things like this still happen?
I think this is more for the kids, and it's a great thing that we're keeping up with it, especially because I know a lot of kids are watching at home. I think it's just great that we keep doing this, because even though we're going through tough situations now, it's just great that we're doing this for the kids. So I'm sure they're loving it. I'm sure they're dying to be here right now.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. The JCs, the fire department, the Cranford Rec department. It's not this tradition as we typically know it, but I know that they're working on putting together a great program so that the kids can enjoy this from home. They've really adapted to providing, some of our traditions a little bit different than we're used to, but they're really important for Cranford and particularly the kids to enjoy in the middle of all this, these shutdowns.
Well, guys, thanks for helping us all and putting a smile on our face at a time where we're not smiling as much as we should. So thanks for being here.
Thanks, Bob.
And doing this. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
Thanks to the Cranford JCs and the fire department, and thank you.
Now that we've seen the pumpkins drop, we've got a little extra surprise for this year's Pumpkin Chunkin. The traditional pumpkin chunkin is actually done with catapults, slingshots, and things like that. We've traditionally thrown out of a fire truck for ease, especially in downtown. But since we had an opportunity this year, we reached out to our construction extraordinaire, Tim Davies, fellow JC, to put together the very first pumpkin slingshot that we're going to use. I want to introduce Tim, say thanks, Tim, this is fantastic. Tell us a little bit about the slingshot you've built.
Well, Eric gave me a phone call or texted me and asked me if I'd be able to build a slingshot. And I said, yeah, I could build a slingshot structure, but I didn't know how to do the elastic part that actually shoots. And then Eric went online and found a water balloon launcher. And we wound up coming over here one day and testing it. And we had some of the shots go over 100 feet. It worked out really, really well.
Yeah, the test was great. And this is made out of, what are the pipes made out of?
Aluminum.
Aluminum piping. Tim assembled this overnight, basically. When I texted him, I figured he'd need a week or two to get back to me. He sends me a picture about a day later that said, this is all I was able to put together on short notice. It would take me a month and a half to put this together just to find the materials. But as Tim mentioned, we found a water balloon launcher on Amazon, $20. Put the thing on there, and it worked exactly like we wanted. So what we're going to do today, I wanted to introduce Robert Schott. Mr. Schott, could you come over here, please? So I wanted to introduce Robert Schott. Robert's a co-founder of the event, and I wanted to let him know he's going to be getting the inaugural shot. Robert, come around the back over here. So Robert, thanks for joining us today. So we're going to get ready to start using the slingshot. We wanted you to know that in your honor as a co-founder of the event, Mr. Schott, we've nicknamed this the shotgun.
The shotgun.
The shotgun, and you get to take the inaugural shot with it.
The Robert shotgun.
The Robert shotgun. Are you ready to take a shot?
I'm ready.
Let me show you how to do it, and let's get rolling.
Let's send them over the moon.
There'll be some happy squirrels in this parking lot tonight.
Yeah, so this pumpkin drop with the fire department came about, I guess 20 years ago. You know, Brian Jenkins was super involved with the community from the Chamber of Commerce. His business was in town, member of the JCs. He was always thinking of things to do, really creative guy. And it occurred to him, let's talk to the fire department, and maybe they'll bring the ladder out into the middle of town after the Halloween parade and drop pumpkins from 7,500 feet in the air. And so, oh my gosh, the slingshot's going nuts. But he got it done, and it became one of the most popular things with the Halloween event, with the parade and then the drop. You get 500 kids looking at the pumpkins, some of them like this, falling and making a huge boom at the end. And the crazy part is all the kids run in and grab the pumpkin pieces, which I was always astounded by. But thanks to Brian, it all came to life.